Hey there, and welcome to HisTime365. I'm so glad you're here for day 40 of our 365-day journey through the Bible. Today, we'll look at Numbers 11 through 13, and I'll walk you through what happens, what it means, and why it matters. I'll share a summary and some insights to help you see the big picture and connect with the heart of the Scripture. During your quiet time, I encourage you to read today's lesson in a Bible translation that speaks to you best. Now grab a quiet moment, take a deep breath, and let's spend a few minutes giving God His time. From complaints to courage, learning from Numbers 11 through 13. Have you ever felt overwhelmed and ready to complain about your situation? You're not alone. In Numbers 11 through 13, we see the Israelites grappling with their journey through the wilderness, revealing powerful lessons about trust, leadership, and the consequences of doubt. As we dive into this passage, we find the Israelites in a challenging situation. They had been liberated from slavery in Egypt, yet they faced the harsh realities of desert life. Instead of expressing gratitude for their freedom, they began to complain about their circumstances. They craved the foods of Egypt, reminiscing about the cucumbers, melons, leeks, onions, and garlic they had enjoyed. They longed for the comforts of their past, forgetting the pain they had endured. The Scriptures tell us that their complaints reached the ears of the Lord, and He was not pleased. Numbers 11, verse 1. Moses, their leader, was also feeling the weight of their discontent. Overwhelmed and burdened, he turned to God, expressing his frustration. "I am not able to bear all this people alone," he said. Numbers 11, verse 14. God heard Moses and provided a solution. He instructed Moses to gather 70 elders from among the people, and he would place his spirit upon them. This would help share the responsibility of leadership and lessen Moses' burden. As God sent quail to satisfy their cravings, He also gave a stern warning. The Israelites would eat the meat they desired, but it would come with consequences. This moment shows us that our desires can lead us down a path we may not want to go. Sometimes what we think we want can turn into something we regret. Next, we encounter a pivotal moment in the journey of the Israelites. 2 of the 70 elders, Eldad and Medad, began to prophesy in the camp, which sparked jealousy in Joshua, Moses' aide. Joshua urged Moses to stop them, but Moses replied, "Would God that all the Lord's people were prophets?" Here, Moses demonstrates a spirit of humility and a desire for God's work to be done through all the people, not just a select few. In the following chapters, we observe the significant turning point of the Israelite journey as they reach the borders of the Promised Land. Moses sends 12 spies, one from each tribe, to scout the land. They explored the fertile land of Canaan, returning with a report that was both exciting and frightening. They spoke of the abundance of the land, showing off the large clusters of grapes, but they also shared their fears about the giants living there. 10 of the spies, overwhelmed by fear, spread a negative report among the people. They claimed they felt like grasshoppers in comparison to the giants. This perspective led to widespread panic and rebellion among the Israelites. Only Joshua and Caleb, the faithful spies, urged the people to trust in God's promise, saying, "Let us go up at once and possess it." Numbers 13, verse 30. They saw the challenges, but also recognized that God was with them, ready to fulfill His promise. The response of the Israelites to the spies' report was of despair. They cried out, wishing they had lost their lives in Egypt or the wilderness. Their lack of faith resulted in a harsh consequence. God declared that this generation would not enter the Promised Land, and instead they would wander for 40 years until that faithless generation passed away. These chapters remind us of the power of our words and the impact of our perspectives. Just like the Israelites, we can easily get caught up in negativity. In our daily lives, whether at work, in our families, or when managing our finances, it's essential to focus on the positives and trust in God's provision.
For instance, if you're struggling at work, it can be tempting to dwell on frustrations. Instead, consider focusing on what you're learning and the opportunities ahead. In family dynamics, when challenges arise, remember to communicate openly and seek solutions together rather than succumb to complaints. With money, instead of fixating on what you lack, practice gratitude for what you have and be wise in your spending. Lastly, in our digital lives, it's easy to compare ourselves to others and feel inadequate. Shift that mindset to appreciate your unique journey and contributions. Our takeaway today is simple but profound. Trust God's promises even when the path seems uncertain. How do you respond when faced with challenges or disappointments in your life? In what ways can we cultivate a spirit of gratitude instead of complaining? How can we encourage each other to trust God's promises during tough times?
Thanks so much for joining me today for HisTime365. Remember, today's reading is Numbers 11 through 13, so be sure to spend some time with those verses during your quiet time. Tomorrow, we'll be diving into Numbers 14 through 17, so feel free to read ahead if you'd like to prepare. If you enjoyed this time together, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so that you never miss a day on this journey. I'll see you back right here tomorrow for day 41. Until then, stay encouraged and thank you for giving God His time today.